Welcome back everyone to my Animal Crossing New Horizon gameplay. This is gonna be day 5. Last episode we went around and collected all the items that were needed to kind of get a shop. But unfortunately I did not get enough iron nuggets, so I wasn't really able to donate them back to Timmy to start a shop. Hopefully today we'll be able to do that. The other thing that we were trying to do in the last episode was trying to complete the museum items. I think we had around 3 of them left and I definitely want to complete the museum today as well. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll have both of them ready. Now I do have to mention, if you saw my timings right there, I did backtrack the game a bit to check what happens if you kind of celebrate your birthday before you have enough villages in your island. Apparently nothing happens, so we do get this Nook Mile task right here completed for 2000 Nook Miles. But as usual, when you see if you have a friendly villager already before your birthday comes, they usually host a birthday party for you, give you some gifts, and you also get these special cupcakes. Your mom also sends you a birthday cake, but in this case none of that actually happened. I'm not really sure if this is supposed to happen because it's the early of the game, because I'm just in day 5, or is it something that was kind of like a glitch, so I'm not really sure about it. But yeah, today is my birthday and everyone is actually congratulating me over here, but there's nothing much newer in it. I'm gonna talk to Mac right here as well. Just like Flo, he is gonna wish me as well, but nothing new. I guess this is supposed to happen because I'm not really a good friend for both of these villages. Maybe the next time we are celebrating, probably I'll have a party thrown for me. But for now, I think we'll go ahead and complete our daily task, as well as try to find some, I guess, insects or bugs that I can actually donate back to others. Right here we have the bells that we do get daily. Now I've heard about one thing where apparently you have some days which are quite fortunate, where if you bury in more money you'll actually get 3 times more of it by kind of planting it in this place. But for most of the days you only get 10,000 bells. So I think I will, going forward as well, just bury 10,000 bells. I feel like that is good enough. Unless, of course, I know specifically that it's gonna be a really good day, and then probably I'll be able to bury more. Otherwise, it's kind of like a gamble. Well, since we are here right next to the main tent, let me make my way in. I'll go ahead and check out what kind of furniture Timmy will have, and try to see if we have anything that we can actually order from Nook's Top as well. For now, since we haven't really completed the shop or the museum, Tom Nook does not really have a conversation for us. In Timmy's inventory, he has a tissue box and an oil barrel. I think I'll go ahead and buy both of them. I have an idea for the oil barrel. If you remember, in the last episode I did mention that I needed wine when I saw the plastic canister. So I'll definitely go ahead and buy that once I have enough bells. Checking the Nook Stop, we do have quite a few items that I could definitely buy. I did decide to go ahead and buy the pocket organization guide. The main thing for this is that it increases 10 more spots in your pocket, and since it's the early game, I think this is very helpful. Eventually, I want to buy all the items in that shop right there using my Nook Miles, but for now I'm just gonna use it to buy some of these items that are very important. And you know what, since we are here, let me just talk to Tom Nook as well, because why not? He doesn't really have too much of a dialogue. I guess the only thing is about my home, and since I haven't really completed the loan yet, I can't really do too much about it. I have been thinking about the loan because I feel like my storage is actually filling quite sooner. So probably at some point I do have to, go ahead and I guess complete the loan itself. Alright, time for my daily chores. I'll see you guys soon. While walking around the beach, I actually found Gulliver again. This is a second time in a row I'm actually finding him. It's pretty weird, but That's okay. Let's quickly wake him up and have him find his communicator items. I was actually really hoping that the other special guests will actually arrive as well, but sadly it seems like it's Gulliver again. I think it's still pretty fine considering some of the items he gives us is pretty good. But there are some other special characters such as Leaf who probably will be able to give me some of the flowers that I really need. At the beginning of the game, if you do get your resident services building created, I think you'll be able to find a dialogue where you need to kind of have flowers in your island to raise the island valuation. So definitely I would love to have the other characters as well. As usual, he is gonna ask us for our help. In this case, I do have to run around the beach and try to find the communicators again. But of course, before I do that, let me check out the bottle message for today. And of course, we get the grass skirt DIY. I think it's pretty cool, but not that helpful for me now, so I'm just gonna keep it with me. While digging up the communicator parts, I was actually wondering when my villagers will actually get their house. I think probably after resident service building, but let me know in the comment section if that is actually right. I kind of feel bad for them considering the fact that we already have our own house. But back to Gulliver, we have given him the communicator parts and he is ready to go. So that's good. I'm hoping one of these days I will actually get a chance to play this game at night. And hopefully I will either meet Celeste or at least Wisp and try to get some item from them. Personally, I think I like Celeste a lot. Her design looks pretty cool and I think the red color definitely suits that owl. She also gives you the constellation items which are quite rare and a bit difficult to craft considering the items that you need are coming up quite rarely. Going back to my house, I checked my mailbox. I actually accidentally forgot to do that beginning and I really thought I had some items. But of course, now that I have quite a few items that I can actually sell, let me quickly go into the main tent and sell this item back to Timmy. Now, to be honest, there isn't much I can do today, especially since this is the beginning of the game and usually you don't really have too much of things to do. I think once you get your resident services building going on, then you'll definitely have quite a few tasks to complete on a daily basis. Right now, I decided to go ahead and craft a few items. I actually lost my fishing rod as well as the net. And anyway, it always helps to have more than one item in your inventory. After running around the island a bit more, I was actually able to find 3 more items that I can actually donate to Blather right here. Should probably call them fish instead of item, but yes, I think we are finally ready to go ahead and get a museum by tomorrow. Of course, now you can actually ask Blathers to explain on each of these insects or bugs or fishes that you actually donate. But I usually like to read that from the museum itself, so I tend to avoid asking Blathers. But once you have donated 15 items or 15 insects, fishes or any fossils that you can find, Blathers will go ahead and get the museum ready for us. Now I do have to mention this, museum will take 48 hours to actually get completed. So tomorrow I think museum won't be accessible for us. So if I do find any fossils or any other bugs that I haven't yet donated, I do have to kind of place them in my house storage and wait for another day to go ahead and donate them to Blathers. Well, since I didn't really have too many tasks to complete today, and since I don't really have enough iron nuggets to kind of donate to Timmy, I decided to go ahead and move one day forward to try and complete it. Right, here we are in day 6 and we do have an announcement that the museum will be moving forward for construction. Pretty good, but I still do not have the items for my shop. So let me quickly go ahead and complete all of the daily tasks and see if we'll be finally able to donate all the items required for it. Of course, we will get a shop kit, which means I do have to find a location for the shop itself. But I do have a location in mind which I think will be perfect. So let me quickly go ahead and complete my daily task. Now since we did have Gulliver yesterday, I'll be able to get his item in the mailbox today, and I'm really excited to see what it's gonna be. Sometimes he does give us clothing items, and other times it's gonna be a furniture. I'm actually hoping it will be a furniture item. But of course, let's see what it is. Alright, today I am gonna remember to go ahead and check out the mailbox before we do anything. Seems like we have 2 items from Gulliver, and the main reason for this is because on day 4 I actually met Gulliver and then I reset the time to go back. So that's the reason why I was able to find Gulliver again. Anyway, we have his items, so let me quickly go ahead and check it out. I'm also gonna go ahead and clear up my mailbox just to make sure that I only keep the ones I actually need. I think we can keep around 300 emails in the game, but after that the older ones get deleted, so I just like to keep the ones I really need. Alright, it seems like we do have couple new items that we can actually wear. I haven't really bought any clothing items, so definitely these are the ones that are new. Maybe once we do get Able Sisters, I'll be able to go ahead and buy some more clothing items. Alright, we also got our Nook wetsuit, which is really cool. And I think that's way better than the swimsuit that you usually get to buy. So definitely I'm very happy to finally go ahead and get some creatures from the ocean. As usual, like I said before, the museum is still under construction and will be open tomorrow. So anything you catch in between this one day, you'll have to kind of store in the house. You can either place it in the storage, or if your storage is full, you can keep it in the island itself. In this case, since it is another new day, I'll quickly talk to both Mac and Flo. But I'm really hoping that we get a chance to get the other villages into our island as well. I think we're almost close to it. Probably once we have the shop and the resident service building, we'll be able to finally build a campsite and then get the other villages come in. While running around and doing my daily chores, I was able to find Flo right here. I'm still waiting for the houses that either Flo or Mac will have. As far as I remember, the starter villager houses won't be that creative like the other villages that you actually see. But I think if you do give them some furniture items that might suit their house, they'll probably go ahead and display it, so that way you'll have a really good house. But of course, once more, we do have to have the resident services building available. So definitely we do have to do some progress in our game in order to get that done. Back at my house, I was able to get some more of the Nook Miles tasks completed by placing more items inside the house. Now, if you do have around 20 to 30 items, you will actually complete a task. So definitely I would recommend you guys go ahead and buy as much as furniture possible in the beginning days. That way you'll be able to get some more Nook Miles and you'll be able to easily go ahead and get more villages that you might actually need. Right here, I'm actually making my way to the main tent because I was finally able to get 30 iron nuggets. So I think it's time for us to go ahead and get our shop as well. Alright, let me quickly talk to Timmy right here. Timmy here will have a special option to talk about a shop, and you just have to click it and say I would like to donate. That way you'll be able to donate to the shop. I would recommend kind of going ahead and doing this once you have all the items, or at least once you have all the wood that is actually required. In my case, I think we are ready to go ahead and get a shop. Getting a shop is very helpful considering the fact that you'll be able to get around 4 furnitures a day as well as a lot of different flooring and wallpapers. I think that is very helpful, especially if you have a new house. After talking to Timmy, he actually gives us the shop construction kit, and we can finally go ahead and place the shop wherever we like. In my case, I already have a place to kind of keep the shop, so I'm just quickly gonna go ahead and place it. Unfortunately, this tree actually had a wasp, which means I wasn't able to catch it in time. Definitely, that was pretty bad. I would recommend if you are going to shake a tree, just hold a net. That way, you'll be easily able to catch the wasp in case if you find them. Alright, let me quickly shake all of these trees right here just to make sure that I'm able to get the items before I place the shop construction kit and that they actually disappear. If you might have seen, I'm actually right next to my house, and since shop is something that I'll be visiting on a daily basis, I think having it quite close to my house would be helpful, at least until I get the ability to kind of terraform. I think placing it in front of this pond is also gonna look cool. So let me quickly imagine it. And yes, this is the spot. So this is where my shop is gonna be from tomorrow. I actually don't remember how many times you have to visit the shop to kind of upgrade it. But I'm hoping it will be pretty soon. Hopefully it is within the 10 days. But for now, we'll at least have the smaller shop. After selling some more items, I was finally able to buy the oil barrel, and I have actually placed it at the edge of the island. Now the only other thing left for me to do is place this plastic canner. I'm not really sure if I want to place it right next to it or on top of it. I'm also kind of planning to keep a lighthouse here in the future, but for now I am not able to actually buy it because it is a lot of Nook miles. Maybe after I get a bit more, I'll probably go ahead and buy it. As usual, doing my daily chores, I was able to find 2 new furnitures, and one of them is actually a punching bag, which is pretty cool. Here is today's message bottle as well, so let's quickly open it and see which recipe we got. Alright, this time it's from Captain Clyde, which is pretty cool. Let me quickly go ahead and read the DIY recipe. It's for a garden rock. Now this is pretty cool. It's gonna help me a lot in the future, so I'm just gonna keep this one. Probably once I have enough items, I'll be able to craft some of these that I have found. We'll be able to add this one to our island as well. I've also made sure to collect all the fossils that you can actually find for today. We'll be able to assess this and donate it tomorrow, which I think will be pretty good. Fossil is also another way to get more bells. In case if you have already donated a particular fossil and Blather tells you that he doesn't need it, you can either kind of display it in your island, or you can either give it to your villager. Another way, you can also sell it as well. In my case, I usually go ahead and sell this. I'm not too worried about the friendship level of the villagers. Over time, they will become definitely pretty friendly. But if you have a particular villager that you really like and you just want to get their photo, definitely giving a fossil, especially if it's wrapped, will be very helpful for that. Now that we have placed the shop construction kit, Timmy will actually congratulate us and let us know that it will be constructed pretty soon. So probably by tomorrow we'll have an actual shop, which is very helpful. I'm actually quite excited for that. Hopefully we'll be able to make some progress in the next episode. Right here I was able to find a lot of items. As you can see, there are a lot of things that you can actually sell, especially in the beginning of the game. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sell some of these items that I don't need. All of these shells, you can definitely store them, but right now my storage is actually full. So I think, selling them out right away is pretty fine. Maybe in the future, if we do need them, we can definitely find them in the beach, or just go ahead and go to a deserted island to find them there as well. Anyway, I think this episode has been pretty fun. Definitely tomorrow we'll have both the shop and the museum open. I'm really excited for both of them. That's all I had for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more in a personal way, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.